Hey, I'm Steven and this is Solving the Money Problem. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. So if you're a long-term Tesla fanboy or fangirl, you may already know this. However, a lot of people seem to overlook the critically important factor that is safety. The number one priority when Tesla produces any vehicle is safety. Everything else follows, including aesthetics and performance. Safety always number one. Tesla has a track record, I've said this many times in the past, the Model 3, S and X, the three safest vehicles ever tested. This isn't a fanboy, these are statements of fact. These three vehicles literally have the lowest probability of injury during a collision of any vehicles ever tested. And the Model Y is now the fourth among these vehicles, another of the safest vehicles ever to exist on planet Earth. The safest crossover SUV ever. In this video, I'm going to run through some of the reasons as to why Tesla's vehicles are so safe. Also, share a few controversial comments that one day are probably going to get me cancelled, but I don't give a f***. So let's get into the video. But first, and by the way, since I know there's a lot of crypto lovers watching and people who like free stuff, it's your lucky day. For a limited time, you can get up to $250 in free crypto bonuses when funding a new account on BlockFi, where you can use cryptocurrency to earn interest, borrow cash, and buy or sell crypto. If you want your free crypto, use the link in the description. It also helps out the channel. And if you'd like up to 2 free stocks, check out the link in the description to WeBull. If you open a new account, you'll get 1 free stock valued up to $250 just for opening an account. And if you fund your account with $100, you'll get a second free stock valued up to $1,600. Unless you don't like free stocks, that is. And if you're in Australia, the UK, or New Zealand, you can get a free stock with stake, also using the link in the description. Let's get back to it.
This is Tesla's Model Y acing one of many impact tests. Here it is again and again. The crossover received the highest marks in every test, making it one of the safest crossovers on the road.
Surprise, surprise. And now I'm going to go out on a limb here and make an audacious prediction. You know the Cybertruck? What do you think is going to happen when they test that? Bingo! Safest pickup truck ever tested.
A similar designation Tesla has seen with the Model 3. But it's no surprise. The Model Y is based mostly on the Model 3's platform, and both cars received a 5-star rating from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. This is what makes Tesla's first crossover so safe. In the event of a collision, protecting passenger survival space is paramount, and all modern cars are designed to do so. But EVs have a huge advantage. The absence of an engine provides ample space for a crumple zone and frontal impacts. This can be seen in the Model Y's frontal impact test, when the vehicle is slammed headfirst into a barrier at 35 miles per hour. As the hood of the car slams into the barrier, it crumples and absorbs the impact, preventing the passenger cell from collapsing and harming the dummy inside. Since the Model Y is larger than the Model 3, its body structure has been fortified to account for the additional mass of the vehicle. This results in less of the hood crumpling for the Model Y, creating a larger survival space for occupants.
Now I'm sure most of you folks watching understand the general concept and principle of a crumple zone. More room to crumple means more time to decelerate, means you're probably going to be less injured/dead in the event of a collision. But I'll just give you guys an analogy to really drive this point home. Would you rather be punched in the face by Mike Tyson's fist, or Mike Tyson's fist engulfed in a nice big soft boxing glove? Point made. I think a lot of people tend to overlook the significance of not having an internal combustion engine in the front of your vehicle. It takes up almost the entire front of a typical ICE vehicle, meaning you've got almost no crumple zone. It kind of looks like it, but you've got a gigantic massive thing that weighs about 5 times as much as your girlfriend. Actually, it's probably about the same as your girlfriend, my bad. And that's getting in the way of the crumple zone, so you're absolutely screwed versus having this enormous cavity of space to decelerate and absorb the impact. It makes a huge, huge difference. By default, unless your engineers are literally the dumbest engineers that have ever existed, even one of the least safe electric vehicles is probably going to be safer in a front-on collision than a typical ICE vehicle just because of the additional crumple zone. Even if your engineers have no idea what they're doing, just by the fact that you don't have this enormous massive thing, you've got a huge gaping cavity to absorb impact, makes a huge difference. Therefore, over time, as people adopt EVs, there's going to be less and less people being injured and killed in collisions just by default, never mind autonomous driving or any of that other stuff. This is a really big positive.
Inside impact test, the crossover has significantly less space to absorb the forces of a crash. This is where you can really see Tesla's structure do a lot of heavy lifting. The pillars, side sills, and fortified battery pack mitigate the intrusion of a crash. This gives the side airbag enough time to deploy and cushion the impact on passengers. This is tested in two ways. The first is a side barrier test, in which a sled that acts as a car is rammed into the driver's side of the Model Y at 38.5 miles per hour. This simulates a T-bone collision. Here, you can see just how rigid the Model Y structure is. The sides crumple less than the hood in the frontal crash, again preserving survival space for the occupants.
Notice those airbags deploying. Now, Elon Musk recently appeared on the Joe Rogan Experience. Unfortunately, he didn't smoke DMT, maybe next time, but he revealed some really interesting information. I can't use the direct clip because I'm going to get done for copyright. Is what it is, Joe Rogan's empire, making sure they squeeze every single last dollar of revenue and will not even allow people to use any of the audio. Hey, not hating on the guy, just letting you guys know. But basically what happened there is Elon was explaining that in real time, updating hundreds of times, maybe 1,000 times plus per second, every Tesla vehicle has software in there monitoring the situation, the position of the passengers, the weight, etc. And it's determining if there were an impact here, here, all around the car, what is the absolute optimal way to deploy airbags for this particular passenger based on their mass, their weight, their position, everything. This is absolutely insane. Now, maybe there's other automakers that do this, unlikely but possible, but this just shows the level of detail and effort Tesla puts into safety. So just consider this. It's not only the fact that Tesla has an extremely rigid structure, extra crumple zone, etc., but they're even doing insane stuff in terms of software, monitoring in real time and adjusting and adapting exactly how airbags will deploy to optimize passenger safety. This is something that I'm not sure is actually tested directly by NHTSA, but definitely worth mentioning.
The second test, the side pole impact, simulates an accident with a tree or pole. In this test, the impact is much more concentrated, which pushes the boundaries of a car's structural integrity. The roof and side sills prevent the impact from protruding further into the driver's survival space. While there's no data on the Model Y's roof strength, we can look to the Model 3 to get a better understanding of how the roof is able to absorb the brunt of the impact in this test. In 2019, the Model 3, the same platform as the Model Y, earned the highest strength to weight ratio of any EV the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety had ever tested, resisting more than 20,000 pounds.
Just to give you guys some context, 20,000 pounds is a lot. I mean, that's literally 1 killer whale plus 1 elephant. Like literally a whale plus an elephant, aka your mum plus your girlfriend on top of the vehicle, and it managed to resist that.
It's that same rigidity that awarded the Model Y 5 stars in the side pole test. At just 7.9%, the Model Y's rollover risk is one of the lowest ever recorded for an SUV by the NHTSA.
We've got to look at that again. I mean, honestly, this doesn't even look real. Now, again, just going back to the point of electric vehicles, even if you have really crappy engineers and don't put that much focus on safety, the very fact that you don't have an engine, therefore you have a massive crumple zone, and the battery is sitting along the bottom of the vehicle, meaning you've got an extremely low center of gravity, means that practically every EV, even those designed by engineers who really suck at making a safe vehicle, will still by default be much safer than internal combustion engine vehicles. So again, as more people adopt electric vehicles, there'll be less and less injuries and deaths in collisions. Even if they're not as safe as a Tesla, practically any electric vehicle will be much safer in the event of a collision than an ICE vehicle by default.
This is directly related to the car's low center of gravity, thanks to the heavy battery pack that sits in the floor of the vehicle. In Tesla's in-house test, you can see how the Model Y continues to return to an upright position, even when it's shot off the side of this hill. For Tesla, safety is engineered into the design of every car. It has been improving the architecture of its vehicles since the Model S in 2012. Building the Model Y from the Model 3's platform all but guaranteed a safe vehicle. The further fortified structure and larger crumple zones are a testament to its commitment to vehicle safety.
And now that we've established that Tesla makes the 4 safest vehicles ever tested, I have a message to the men in the audience, which is about 95% of you. Don't worry ladies, you're welcome to stick around as well and hear this message, but I'm now speaking to the men in the room. Your job as a man is to protect and provide for your woman and for your family. Facts. Oh my god, gender roles. Yeah, I did just say that. That's your fucking job, okay? That is your role. You don't like it? Take it up with the last 250,000 years of evolutionary history. Men and women are different and they have different roles, and it is your duty, your responsibility as a responsible man, if you're fulfilling your role, to make sure that your family are safe and protected. Therefore, when making a purchasing decision about the kind of vehicle that your family, your wife, your partner will be in, you must think about safety above all else. Based on all of the available evidence, we now know today that Tesla has the 4 safest vehicles ever tested, lowest probability of injury of any vehicles ever tested. If you as a man have any vehicle other than a Tesla in your family, and your wife, your family is actually traveling around in those, I'm just going to say it. You are not fulfilling your role as a man. Yes, I did just say that. Men and women are different. Men and women have different gender roles. Oh, you don't like it? Cancel me. Now, I do understand that some of you guys don't have the financial resources or the means to have a Tesla. I totally understand that. I'm not trying to put you down. What I am, however, doing is giving you a North Star of what you should be aiming for. Because until you can put your family in one of the world's safest vehicles, you're not keeping them safe and protected, and you're failing in your role as a man. Jesus Christ, all these flaming pitchforks coming at me. I can barely see. Sorry guys, going a little bit blind here, but I just want to make a point, okay? Just in case you're not sure, you don't really understand what I'm talking about, what's the difference, okay? The difference between a Tesla and other vehicles, it's not incremental in terms of safety. It's enormous, and that's the point. If a Tesla was pretty close to this, that, or the other vehicle, okay, cool, yeah, whatever, not a big deal. But the gaping difference is such that, honestly, I think it's unconscionable if you have the financial resources as a man to afford a Tesla to keep your family safe and you don't do it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, certainly about Tesla safety, and also, are you triggered? Are you butthurt? Did you melt a little bit because I said men and women are different? Facts, and that they have different roles. Also facts. Did you just unsubscribe? Are you never coming back to the channel? Or are you enjoying these cold, hard facts? I'm Stephen Mark Ryan. This is Solving the Money Problem, and I love you all. And don't forget, if you'd like up to $250 in free crypto bonuses with BlockFi, use the link in the description. You can also get 2 free stocks with WeBull and a free stock with Stake, also linked in the description. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, if you have any ideas for future videos, let me know. I read all your comments. P.S. If you're still watching, you're awesome. If you'd like early access, exclusive videos, regular Q&As, our private Discord server and more, consider supporting the channel at patreon.com/solvingthemoneyproblem so I can keep creating content for you guys. There's a link in the description. You can now also become a member of the channel for some exclusive perks. To learn more, click the join button next to subscribe. And don't forget to check out our merch store. Either way, the best form of support is you being here and watching, so thanks again.